Hey there everyone, I'm Jordan at Afterburner Automation, and today I want to talk about who's using RPA. We'll talk about what industries are using RPA and how each of them are using it to effectively reduce costs and raise productivity. Hopefully this will help you to generate ideas around how you can use RPA within your own industry. Let's get started. In my previous video, How Does RPA Work?, we talked a lot about how RPA can be used to automate against almost any target application. This feature gives RPA a significant amount of flexibility when it comes to the industries that can effectively utilize it to automate their business processes. Some of the major industries that are already utilizing RPA are banking and finance, healthcare, insurance, manufacturing, retail, telecom, information technology, and customer service. And the list goes on and continues to grow. In fact, Forrester, a market research firm, shows that as of 2020, the RPA software market reached over $2 billion and is forecast to reach $6.5 billion by 2025. They also predict that the RPA services market will grow to $16 billion the same year. Those numbers show amazing growth in a short time as more companies choose RPA as a way to digitize their services. The industries listed here are some of the largest to adopt RPA, but you can find it in almost any business sector. I myself started using RPA with a regional utility company in 2018. And you might be surprised at how effectively this technology can be utilized across multiple business functions. Let's take a look at a few of these industries and see how they're utilizing RPA. Real quick, let's talk about a term I'm going to be using throughout the rest of this course: use cases. This term is used in a lot of different contexts outside of RPA, but for this course, when I say use cases, I'm referring to the different cases that RPA is being used for. In other words, use cases are examples of how RPA can be used. Now, according to the same Forrester research report I mentioned earlier, over a third of all bots are in the finance industry, mostly due to early adoption of RPA in that sector. Let's take a look at some of the ways the banking and finance industries have used RPA platforms to automate tedious, rules-based processes. Opening an account with a bank or other financial institution is a great use case for RPA. Customer information is gathered from standardized applications, rules are applied to determine the type of account they're qualified for, and then the data can be transferred to the customer records management system. Credit checks are a perfect use of RPA in finance, particularly due to the high volume of credit checks performed on a daily basis, but also due to the repetitive nature of the data entry. Instead of having an individual manually inputting the same types of data into the same forms over and over again, a bot can do it quicker and with fewer errors. Anti-money laundering is another exciting use case for RPA. The number of financial transactions that take place on a daily basis across the globe is mind-boggling, and it can be extremely expensive and time-consuming for human beings to check them all for indicators of money laundering or fraud. A bot, however, can be set up to analyze every single transaction for those same indicators and rules in order to be much more thorough in identifying potential criminal activity. You might be surprised to see an industry like retail included in my list, but back-office operations and customer experience goals, combined with the rise of e-commerce, make retail a great candidate for automation. One of the biggest opportunities in retail for mistakes or fraud is within inventory management. Tracking suppliers, orders, and prices is already a large undertaking even for a small retailer, but RPA can easily keep track of those changes in the inventory in real time without making any mistakes. Another frequent headache for retailers is the returns process, which incidentally is tied in with inventory management. When a customer returns a product, not only must refunds be issued to the customer, but the inventory has to be updated to reflect the return of that item. RPA can perform these tasks instantly and on demand while also tracking metrics that retailers watch for signs of fraud, allowing employees to provide a higher level of customer service instead of focusing on administration. In retail, it's often important to know what a customer likes and dislikes in order to serve them better. Each transaction made by a customer can be stored, analyzed, and acted upon by RPA in order to update databases, retrieve recommendations that would satisfy specific customers, and send out automated offers intended to increase their engagement with the retailer. Information technology is another industry where many people are shocked to find RPA. While IT typically has the resources to connect various systems across an enterprise through the development of custom software, the solutions are typically expensive and time-consuming, whereas an RPA solution can be configured quickly and without hiring software developers. When a company adopts the use of a new tool for their enterprise, it's often a tedious task to install that tool onto multiple workstations, especially if there are multiple interactions with different target applications. However, with RPA, a bot can be built to perform the process quickly and without error, then deployed across the enterprise to easily and quickly provide employee access to a new tool. In a very similar vein, configuring workstations can be time-consuming, with sometimes a very long list of configuration items needing to be performed in order to bring a machine in line with security standards. One of the benefits of using RPA for workstation configuration is that a bot can be built and deployed to perform the configuration process on new machines, but also updated and redeployed to reconfigure previously configured workstations when critical updates or patches are released. RPA can't meet every software need, but when custom software is employed, RPA can be used to automate the testing of that software by providing standard inputs and checking the custom software's outputs to ensure that it's performed as intended. This greatly reduces the time and money expended on development of custom code, as well as errors that can arise from incomplete or incorrect unit testing. As you might imagine, if you make a mistake in healthcare, the consequences can be dire. Fortunately, large hospitals are already beginning to adopt RPA in an effort to allow doctors and nurses to focus on the patient rather than on administrative tasks. The result has been fewer errors and a streamlined patient experience. In countries with health insurance systems like the US, I truly believe that RPA can revolutionize medical billing and claims management. With so many different types of insurance and so many rules for each type of plan, claims management is ripe for automation. In fact, the Council for Affordable Quality Healthcare projects that $16.3 billion could be saved through workflow automation. Bots are already being used to reduce human errors and communication delays by collecting and logging payment information into centralized accounting systems, applying insurance rules to determine coverage, and automatically communicating with insurance companies. It's a massive task to respond to every patient's communications with their healthcare provider, from appointments and cancellations to questions related to care or billing. RPA can be used to create chatbots that can answer common questions, automated phone trees that direct patients to the correct person, or automated emails that can handle simple requests themselves or pass them up to a human being when needed. With the sheer number of prescription drugs on the market today, it can be difficult for doctors to easily keep up with the latest recommendations and interactions related to these drugs. RPA can look at a patient's current drug regimen and make recommendations to doctors in order to avoid overdoses or dangerous side effects produced by mixing certain prescriptions. This reduces the amount of time needed for manual research and gives the doctor more time to spend providing care to patients. So now you've gotten a taste of some of the industries that are using RPA and how they're using it. By no means is my list comprehensive, and RPA can be found in all sorts of interesting places. Hopefully, this course gives you some ideas of how RPA can be used and inspires you to find new use cases for this powerful technology. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. For more RPA training, check out the next video here, or watch everything in order right here. Subscribe to my channel for updates on new content, and become a patron to get access to personalized RPA support. But until next time, I'm Jordan at Afterburner Automation, and I hope this helps you build better bots.